Good morning, students. Yes, dear students, today I am going to discuss with you that the northern plains. As students, we are just recapitulating the chapter, the physical features of India. Yes, dear students, in our previous video, many of the things we have discussed there also. Now I am going to discuss uh, the northern plains. Yes, my dear students, the northern plains they are formed by the three major rivers, that is Ganga, Indus and Brahmaputra. Yes, and with their tributaries also. It makes the area fertile there in northern India because they always deposit alluvium slate there, and they are 2400 kilometer long and 240 to 320 kilometer broad. Just highlighting that it is densely populated. Yes, my dear students, here I want to mention few things to you that they are densely populated. Why they are densely populated, I want to discuss here also. Because of the good climatic condition, you can say the favorable climatic condition for agriculture, and the people most why they are here because of the easy availability of job. Yes, my dear students, always nowadays the people they prefer to live in the areas where the jobs they are easily available, and here because the maximum people they depend on agriculture, so many industries are there, those who are also depend on agriculture for their raw material. So that's why the many industries they have set up their industries here in this area because of the availability of raw material. And second thing, when the agriculture is good, when the industries they are goods, definitely the people they prefer to live here, and many other facilities they are also available. So northern plains, first of all I discuss you, as I've told you that it is formed by the three major rivers. So the Punjab plain, that is the major part of the Punjab plain, now it is there in Pakistan, and then the central part, that is the Ganga plain, that is under the UP and Bihar, and Brahmaputra plain, you can say the some of the part that is in China, and from Arunachal Pradesh, as the Brahmaputra river it entered in India, so it makes the area fertile in Bangladesh and in some parts of West Bengal also. So this is the main area that is divided here, and that is divided here. So this makes the land fertile. Next is the peninsular plateau. First of all, my dear students, what is plateau? Plateau is called the tableland. Tableland means high land. That means a raised portion of the earth. That is called plateau, tableland. Next, peninsula. Peninsular. That means the area that is covered by water by three sides. Water is on three sides, and one side, sorry, one side is covered with land. With land, that is called peninsula. So now the meaning of peninsular plateau is cleared. Three side water is there, and one side covered with land. So I'm showing that if you look on the western or the eastern Ghats of India like this, it is called the peninsular area. So in center of Indian portion, that is called the peninsular plateau. Yes, my dear students, the peninsular plateau it is divided into two major areas. One is the central highlands Second is the Deccan Plateau. And Narmada River flows from between Central Highlands and Deccan Plateau. The Central Highlands, they are also divided into two areas. One is the Malwa Plateau and second is the Chota Nagpur Plateau. And Malwa Plateau, they are the broader than the Chota Nagpur Plateau. Now, the most important part of this chapter, that is the Western and the Eastern Ghats. Yes, beta ji, always 3 marks question, 95% 3 marks question will be there that differentiate between Western and Eastern Ghats. Okay. Now, I'm just telling you about the difference. You can say the Western Ghats, they are more higher than the Eastern Ghats, and the average elevation is 900 to 1600 meters, and Eastern Ghats, they are 600 meters high. Second thing, the Western Ghats, they are continuous, and the Eastern Ghats, they are discontinuous. Third, the Western Ghats, they are on the west side, western coastal area you can say, or the Eastern Ghats, they are on the eastern side. They are parallel to the western coast you can say, and they are parallel to the eastern coast, the western. Next thing, the western coast. If I'm on here, it is the western coast. I'm talking about the beaches. It is the eastern coast. So the western coast is divided into 3 areas. One is the Konkan, Kannada and Malabar. Konkan, Kannada and Malabar. And eastern coast, it also divided into 2 areas, the northern Sirsar and Coromandel coast. Again I am repeating, the western coast divided into 3 areas, Konkan, Kannada, Malabar. And eastern coast, Coromandel coast and northern Sirsar and Coromandel coast. Above is the northern Sirsar and here is the Coromandel coast. And now the parts, island parts. Yes, my dear students, there are 2 major islands. One is the Lakshadweep Island. Next is the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. They are the 2 major islands on this side. Lakshadweep Island, they are on the side of the Arabian Sea, or they are in Arabian Sea. The Andaman and Nicobar Island, they are on the side of in the Bay of Bengal, you can say. So these are the 2 major islands we are having. Now, peninsular features of Peninsular Plateau. The features of the Peninsular Plateau, as I've told you, the area is known by as it is covered with the black soil. And why it is black soil? Because the volcanic eruption has been done there. So that's why here the color of soil is black. Next is the and they are highly eroded hills and are found in broken hills also, and they extended from Gujarat to Delhi in the southwest northeast direction. Next, the Indian desert, maximum the sand soil we found here, and it received very low rainfall and very less vegetation, or scanty of vegetation you can say, and definitely the less animals also, or the mainly the reptiles we have found here, means the snakes, lizards, etc. Coastal plains I have already discussed with you. Next is the islands. Yes, I have told you about the Lakshadweep and the Andaman Nicobar Islands also. Lakshadweep, it so, Lakshadweep island group lying close to the Malabar coast of Kerala. This group of islands is composed of small coral islands. Earlier they are known as the Lakshadweep, Minikoni and Amandai. That was the earlier name of the Lakshadweep island. In 1973, it was named as the Lakshadweep Island. So it covers a small area that is only just 32 square kilometer, not more than that. So very good for the tourism purpose and full of flora and fauna. And the people, they just visited this Malabar coast, this Lakshadweep Island very much. And they are in the habit of moving on that. So we have discussed the physical features of India, and definitely revise that question that differentiate between western and eastern Ghats. Okay, this is all for the day. Thank you.